When an active home improver wins one of our contests, you know there will be lots to do.
D'aujourd'hui.
I've been helping homeowners improve their homes for a lot of years. They think it's intimidating, but it actually can be a lot of fun.
And we're here to help.
Good job, look at there.
Dad's the expert, but I've learned a few things along the way.
Practical, realistic home improvement information is what today's homeowner is all about. Each spring, we hold a contest called Win Danny and His Crew, which lets us meet some great homeowners and help them improve their homes. This year's winner is no exception. Martine Swain owns this townhome in Marietta, Georgia, which she shares with Kent Caseman and her son, Justin.
So here we are. For once, I won something.
Well, you won me a long time ago. Second prize, but
I'm going to put kale in your smoothie.
she gets up every morning and gets all the carrots and vegetables and she puts them in a grinder, and I've got to make her happy by drinking that stuff, and it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
I am at front of my computer all day. I work long hours. And so at the end of the day, there is nothing that is really satisfying like working around my home, doing projects. Yeah, it's very fulfilling. I have done a lot of renovations around my home, and the storage area of my basement was really the last thing that I really wanted to do. And then as you can see at the back, that's the storage room that I would like to fix.
So Martine sent us a video to help plan the project. But I'm traveling to Georgia without Chelsea because she's getting a little too close to her due date. Hello, hello, how are you?
Hello.
All right.
I'm really bummed that I'm missing this trip because I love traveling and seeing new places as well as meeting new homeowners and helping them with some problems around their house. But since I'm really close to having a baby, I think it's best that I stay home and help Dad from afar.
I know you're a little frustrated about the storage.
I have a lot of those plastic bins. You know, if I am looking, I want to find something, I can just pull that one without having to get everything that is sitting on top of it.
We talked about waterproofing all of the walls here. I noticed just a little bit of maybe old seepage from here and there. One sure sign of at least a little bit of moisture is efflorescence. When you see that white deposit on a wall, moisture has been there at some point. Then we'll put some 1x4 strips on, some foam for a little more insulation, drywall on the whole thing. And then right under the steel beam, we're talking about that wall going across. It kinda, you know, still you'll have access to this because we'll have a door, but it'll cover up some of that ugly over there.
Okay. I would like those, you know, things that are not really very pretty to look at to be hidden from sight.
We're talking about the ceiling and whether or not we'll seal it all up or provide some access, because I understand you had a little problem recently.
Yeah, problem with the cable company, so I'm just concerned if it's finished, how are they going to be able to access that?
Okay. By the way, another thing you mentioned on the phone is that Kent doesn't do a lot of work around the house.
She had made this statement to Danny that I'm less than functional as a fixer-upper.
No. My comment to Danny was that he thinks he's very handy, but he really is not.
Just take a look at this workbench. Who do you think did that?
Well, that's a pretty good job. That's pretty good.
Martine.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, so you're confirming what
I'm confirming,
okay,
absolutely. I take pride in it, as a matter of fact.
And I had to fire him once on the job.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was helping me paint the other room over there. The primer was just like dripping. So that's when I saw that, I'm like, no.
Geez, and I had to go watch a ball game.
Oh. I've tried that trick before with dishwashing.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely great space, and the thing about it, you're using it as a workshop now. Someone down the road may use it as a bedroom or a hobby room or something like that. So getting all of the drywall up and getting it nice and finished looking is going to appeal to everybody and make it nicer for you to use.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got the guys outside. We brought a few guys to help us out. The first thing we need to do is clear the basement. While the guys do that, I'm getting Chelsea on the line for a little consultation. Hey.
How's it going?
Missing you already.
Oh.
Okay, I know you're taking it easy around the office there, but maybe you can help me with a few storage ideas here.
Man, I really hate that I missed this trip even more since we're working on a workshop for a woman. I mean, that's right up my alley.
All right, I'll be in touch.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Our crew includes our handyman Bear, John, a great drywall finisher, and Gary, a painter. And in no time, they have the space cleared and we began applying the masonry waterproofer. But Martine isn't satisfied just watching. Okay, John, I told you she wanted to be involved. Hand over your roller.
Okay.
You get to finish up this last little bit.
So this is what is going to keep the water, the humidity.
It just seals all of the pores of the concrete out.
And this thing dries pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah, it dries really quick. That way, tomorrow morning, 1x4s, foam, drywall.
Post-it notes. We all love them. We all use them all the time. But here's a use you may not have thought of. I'm about to drill a hole in this wall to hang a picture, and I'm going to use the Post-it note to catch the dust. And here's how it's done. First, put the note just a ½ inch or so below where you're going to drill the hole, then fold it up. Fold the note up and crease it, put a nice crease in it, that's what you want. And you see it forms this little trough that'll catch the dust. And now, when you drill the hole, the dust will fall right into the Post-it note. There you go. Surprising how much dust comes out of that tiny hole, right? And then you just very carefully peel the Post-it note off the wall. You don't have to worry about it damaging the paint because it won't. And there you go. And then you just take this and toss it in the trash. And if you need to drill 2 or 3 closely spaced holes, just get yourself a larger Post-it note.
Contest winner Martine Swain is getting a basement makeover, and early on day 2, the drywall arrives. And like so many things with a group of guys, unloading it becomes a competition.
They all grabbed one. I said, well, I'll try it.
Well, I'm not gonna have one guy go up there and grab one sheet by himself and me rely on someone else to help me. No, I got this. You know, there's a lot of ways to finish out a basement like this, but it's all about putting up layers of protection against moisture that can seep into this area. So we started out with our waterproofing, then we used pressure-treated 1x4s to make sure that nothing will rot or rust later on there. Then the next step is to install some foam like this that'll add an extra layer of protection against moisture as well as a little extra insulation. We're ready for our moisture-resistant drywall. After we take some measurements, I get Martine set up to cut more foam panels, and she tries to teach me French. So that measurement was what, 85?
12 par 85,5.
You're just messing with me now. So all you have to do is just cut it. You just go along.
Okay.
Just like that. I'm gonna keep putting up some wood in here. If you need me, let me know.
Okay, but if you can call Kent and ask him to come and help me.
Okay, Kent, let's go. Where are you?
When you're done with this, you can come back here and score it, and then you can snap it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Do a good job.
Okay.
I had the feeling that he was really going very fast because he wanted to be done with it and, again, go back and sit on the sofa.
I want to say that's not fair, but it is true. So.
I don't think it's going to pop because you haven't scored enough. It's not going to pop. Trust me.
Okay, back to the drawing board. She has a strong commitment as to what she likes and what she doesn't like. And at times, mostly what she doesn't like is my opinion.
Very good. Now you need to cut the through the plastic. You see that? Do you want me to go and help you?
No. Meanwhile, we framed the wall in front of the furnace and we're ready to install the foam board.
Danny, have some more here.
All right, great. How's the cutting going out there?
Oh, we're experts now.
Okay,
You know?
are you supervising or is she supervising?
Oh, no, there's no supervision from my part at this place.
I knew the answer to that. Once the foam is in, we begin building a fur down to hide the ductwork over the workbench. In kitchen remodeling projects, we've removed fur downs to really gain a lot more space. Here, it's a little different to be building one, like old school. On the opposite wall, we're doing the same thing to conceal a plumbing pipe.
So is it when I'm getting to shoot this nail gun?
Oh, this is a perfect time for you to shoot the
Okay.
nail gun.
I was a little bit nervous.
Right here. Okay, pushing in, now pull.
It's very powerful, yeah.
There you go.
It scared me a little bit.
Doesn't that feel good?
Okay, I love it. But it's a great tool, and I was able to master it, I think. Ooh, okay,
Beautiful.
I got it now. Again, my overconfidence.
You know, Martine expressed a little concern about us installing drywall on the ceiling here in her workshop. She was afraid it would cut off access to anything that might take place here, but that's a little unlikely, and we reassured her we would take some nice pictures so that we would show her anything that she needed to access in the event of a problem. And it's always a good idea. Anytime you're closing a wall up, take a few pictures. With that done, we're ready to start installing the drywall. In this case, we're starting with a wall so that we can leave the lights up as long as possible. This purple drywall looks different because it is. Purple XP is a high-performance drywall made by National Gypsum. In addition to the advantages of traditional moisture-resistant drywall, it also offers additional mold and mildew resistance. It's naturally fire-resistant, and it's Green Guard Indoor Air Quality certified, so it's ideal for this basement. Once the lights come down, the ceiling drywall goes into place to complete day 2.
Radon is a naturally occurring gas that is everywhere, but it's also inside your home. And if it's at a low level, you're okay. But if it starts to get to a higher level, that's when it could cause health problems for you and your family. So you need to monitor that. Now, there are a couple of monitors out on the market, but this one by AirThings is pretty nifty. Now, this is their Wave, and this is a smart radon monitor. Now, what you want to do is take your smartphone or tablet and download that app. And then you want to install the monitor anywhere that you want to gauge what the radon levels are. Now, radon varies throughout the day, day to day. So this will monitor that and send the data directly to that app on your smartphone so that you can see what the radon levels are in your home. Now, if you get a green circle with the level, you know you're okay. If you get a yellow one, you need to pay attention. And you've got the red one, you've got a serious radon problem. But at least you know, and you know that you can call in the professionals to get that fixed. So it's really important to monitor it, and why not have it go to your smartphone?
We're renovating Martine's basement workshop, and she's learning new skills. At the beginning of day 3, our drywall finisher, John, is teaching her the fine art of taping. Then, it's my turn to be a student of French.
Having taken a few foreign languages myself in high school and college, I don't really think that's in the Lipford DNA.
How can I say today's homeowner?
Le propriétaire d'aujourd'hui.
Oh, this is going to be harder than I thought.
Let's start.
You know, even learning just a few words of French gave me kind of a flashback to high school, and it's not a good flashback.
Le propriétaire d'aujourd'hui.
Le
propriétaire
propriétaire
d'aujourd'hui.
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 No, no. D'aujourd'hui. That is French.
Propriétaire
D'aujourd'hui.
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 Okay, back to something I know. While drywall finishing continues, Bear and I install the door unit between the workshop and the furnace room. Okay, come here, I want to show you just a little bit of the progress. Of course, John's continuing with all of the drywall finishing. I saw you helping him on the drywall finishing a little bit earlier.
That was a lot of fun, yes, and I think I did a good job.
You did a pretty good job.
I think so. I feel good about it.
Okay, so we had a big hole here, so I decided to put your little door in here.
Wow, that's great.
We saw this opening, and it's so common under a set of stairs to have that kind of storage, so I thought that would help. And
That's
of course,
great.
the other door we had talked about. I was thinking about centering this door in the wall, but it would kind of got in the way of in your utilities here, so I moved it over here, and this kind of matches some of the other doors you
I think
have.
that's great. Very functional. I love it.
Now it's time to see what Chelsea has planned for those storage containers. I need some storage ideas up here. What do you think?
So Martine has these storage containers, which are great for storing things, but because they're all stacked on top of each other, she can't get to them very easily.
Well, I know you put that drywall around that pipe.
Yeah.
Maybe building a shelf unit to the left of it.
Huh. Yeah, it's probably 4 feet at least.
So all we need to do is add a shelf between them so that she can pull out the bottom one without having to remove all the ones on top.
You can handle building a shelf?
Yes, I can handle building a shelf without you here. Yes. We miss you.
All right, miss y'all too. See you later.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
After I share Chelsea's idea with Martine, she's ready to help build it. You're fearless, aren't you?
I am.
You will take
Yeah.
on anything. And you painted
wish I
all of
was-
these doors. You painted the
I
inside of the
did
house.
37 doors. That's not counting the kitchen. Only the doors. Yeah, one by one. Actually, I was sticking them on a trestle like this.
Unbelievable.
And sanding, painting, replacing all of the hardware.
And Kent was right there with you.
No, he was not.
Oh, he was there. You know, Martine's actually very petite, but the way she acts and how fearless she is, I think she believes she's 10 feet tall. Yes, yes.
I'm a perfectionist.
Apparently. Little tears coming in my eyes. That was great. Perfect. Perfect.
Good.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm a fast learner.
She knows it all. It's kind of like now, it's like, what else you got? What?
You need to be able to say the name of your show in French.
I'm gonna give it my best. While I practice my French, du parquet, John and Gary stay late to paint the new walls and ceiling. So early on day 4, we can install Martine's shelf unit and add some new outlets beside her workbench, courtesy of our friends at Leviton.
What's the difference between those two new outlets that you have installed?
Well, there's really quite a bit, and it's pretty cool because this one actually has Type A and Type C USB chargers built right in. You still have your electrical outlets there, so that's perfect.
Oh, that's great.
Do
yeah.
you use your iPad down here sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. When I am looking at your videos.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now this one is really cool because it's an AFCI, so arc fault circuit interrupter. So if you're using like a saw or anything with a cord that it gets a nick on it, that can cause a fire, but this will cut it right off, cut the whole circuit off.
Okay,
So it's
good.
perfect for any area of the house, but especially a workshop like this.
Okay.
But we better get out of here because they're doing the final
Okay, yeah.
cleanup, so you put
Okay.
the concrete stain down. That's going to be the finishing touch. It'll look awesome. And you're going to want to stick around to see it. Martine's basement workshop was functional, but not very inviting. The cinder block walls and open framing overhead made it dark and a little claustrophobic, while the noise from the furnace was a constant distraction. Now her workspace is more of a retreat than a dreary exile. The painted drywall ceiling and walls make the space appear more finished and bright, while hiding the ductwork and plumbing that intruded on the area. The shelving unit we built for the storage containers uses the existing space really well and makes them much easier to access. Adding that wall in front of the furnace isolates the noise and conceals the chaos of ductwork there, while the new doorway allows access to that space and creates a great home for the lawn and garden tools. Martine's workbench was already well stocked and organized, so we added some convenience with new outlets and task lighting. We also repurposed some of the old shelving for the paints and materials she needs handy in the workshop.
I think it looks absolutely amazing.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
I mean, the color, the wall, the floor, the shelving for the storage containers. I think I love that.
The tools are coming back in, and I think that's what the house needs and Martine needs. I mean, she likes to get her hands dirty and do work.
I enjoy doing it, so I would rather do it myself than hire someone to do it. I mean, I'm le propriétaire d'aujourd'hui.
You know, it's always so much fun working with the winners of our national contest, but this week, I gotta admit, I think I'm the winner. It was so cool working side by side with Martine and seeing how enthusiastic she was about everything we were doing at her home. And obviously, she loved getting her hands dirty. I'm sure you're the same way, and I hope she's been able to inspire you like she inspired me. I'm Danny Lipford. Thanks so much for being with us here on Les Propriétaires d'Aujourd'hui, or today's homeowner. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.
C'est 12 par 85,5.
Oh.
No.
You got me good. Just shoot it. I'm sorry, man. Be sure to join us next week when we tackle the chaos of the garage. Everybody has one, and they all need some organization.